What's up, everybody? This is Master Ian Gamer, and welcome to the Overwatch 2 Season 16 mid-season update featuring the Street Fighter 6 collab and the brand new Mercy Mythic weapon. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in, taking a look at all of these items in the shop and in the hero gallery, so that we can get a in-game look at all of them. Now, there are a lot of Street Fighter skins to get through, which is why we're going to start off first and foremost with the new Mercy Mythic weapon. Also, hey look, looks like the iridescent version of Juno's Mythic is now in the shop as well, so you can nab that. We're going to take a look here now at the, let's see, try all levels, Mercy Mythic weapon, so we can get a sense for how this sounds, looks, works. I'm curious. Let's see what it's like. All right, grab Mercy right there.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
So we got our adorable little critter. Is it a mouse? Is it a bear? You decide. All right, so let's start by just some basic like healing.
You'll be fine now.
Okay, so it makes little cutesy expressions and sounds as it's healing.
Feeling more powerful?
All right, and has a unique one when damage boosting. All right, we'll let one of these guys die so we can see if there's a unique res.
I'm here to support.
All right, Glide doesn't seem to have anything with it. You have the pistol as well.
Now
Okay.
this is brain surgery.
And then, whoop, all right, we'll try resing this guy. Okay, so he has a little animation then for when you res, even if the bot didn't res for whatever reason.
I'll make sure that doesn't stop.
And yeah, just show this off again.
Lie down.
All right, now let's ult real quick and see if we can get anything unique from that. All right, so let's try the ultimate now.
Heroes never die.
He's got a little, like, you know, excitement thing he does.
Your damage.
Otherwise, nothing unique in the ultimate, it seems.
I am fully focused.
All right, well, there you go. The Mercy Mythic weapon. A very cute weapon indeed. Probably one of the more, well, certainly the most unique Mythic weapon we've gotten so far. Hope we get more like this. All right, moving on to the shop now, though. We have the huge Ultra Bundle that we're going to go through, showing off all the skins. So yeah, there are 8 skins, 7 highlight intros, 8 emotes. There's a lot to get through here. So we're going to start off by going through just the skins. So first and foremost, we have Winston as Blanca, which do I have the... okay, let me turn off my gold weapons real quick. All right, so getting on to the skins here. First up, we have Blanca Winston, which is classified as a legendary skin, but largely does seem to just be an epic. There's a few sort of model changes, like the fur on his arms, the sleeves being torn like that. Those are a bit unique, but otherwise it is largely just his base skin, kind of retextured, but I think it looks good as a retexturing. Whether it's worth it to you as the legendary or not, I suppose, is up to you. Look at the weapon. We have the jungle printing pattern on it there, which I actually quite like. I like that detailing, but it is otherwise just the base Tesla cannon model. Now, for these skins, I'm not going to go ahead and try out each of them individually, because not only are there 8 skins to get through, but also there aren't any unique sound effects other than just the melee sounds. So when you're like punching, there's like a unique sound effect that plays, but it's the same sound for every character. So I'll just go ahead and play it for you here if you want to see what that's like. All right, and otherwise we're just gonna move through the skins here in the shop. So next up we have Cammy, Widowmaker, which is of course probably going to be one of the more popular skins for reasons. Yeah, this is one I'm expecting to see a lot in game, and we can get a close up of the weapon here. Quite like the design of it. It has a very military styled look. Pretty cool. All right, next up we have Chun-Li Juno, arguably the headliner of this collab. A very nice looking skin. It does remarkably fit her, of course, with the kicking as well. Very fitting for Chun-Li. Yeah, it suits her. They did a pretty good job of making this feel very much like Juno and also very much like Chun-Li. And then looking at the weapon here. Nothing too fancy with the weapons, but it does, of course, have the coloring and the kind of ornate detailing on it, which fits with the Chun-Li design. And then next up, we get Dalzim Zenyatta, which honestly feels not that different from other skins Zenyatta already has. This is a type of aesthetic that is, you know, existent in multiple Zenyatta skins, so that's nothing terribly new or unique for him, but it is fitting the Street Fighter character. And I do like the skull orb designs as well. I think that's a fun little detail. And it's pretty unique for Zen. He doesn't really have something like that. Then next up, we get Guile Soldier, which is an interesting one. I don't know. Seeing him with that hairstyle is just kind of goofy, but it fits in with the whole American vibe. And yeah, it's I don't know. Something about this skin in particular feels very goofy. Again, a skin that seems to be reusing a lot of the model from his base model, but I think they pull it off well enough here. I don't think it really seems to be an issue. The very American-styled pulse rifle there, which again is using the base rifle design, but I think it looks fine enough in terms of being remodeled, or sorry, retextured for this skin. And then you can get the biotic field there, nothing fancy other than just the colors. And then we get Jury Kiriko, another popular skin that I'm sure a lot of people will be nabbing while they can. Not too much to say about it. It's got that sort of, I guess you could call it gothic punk type design. Look at the Suzu, which is just a recoloring of her base texture, but it has like sort of splatter marks on it. And then the kunai does have a unique design. That's a pretty cool one. I do actually like the design of the kunai. Very interesting shape for the blade there at the end. And then the Afuda has a unique design as well. And there's that. Next up, then, we get Ryu Hanzo. One of my favorites from this collab, because I just think it suits Hanzo so well. You get a look at him there, and honestly, I think it's great. It evokes the image of Ryu, and it evokes the image of Hanzo. I think they did a great job with this one. Even using the bag on the back as the quiver for the arrows. And then we can look at the bow, which is a pretty cool design with that, you know, sort of bar on the front, whatever term you would use to describe that. I quite like it. I think this is a really cool Hanzo skin. And then last, we of course have M. Bison Sigma, which is classified as only an epic, interestingly. Despite, you know, basically getting the same treatment as other skins that are classified as legendaries, this is his base model with some changes to the pauldrons. Those are your unique design there. The cape is obviously new. And then the head has the cap design, but otherwise that's just his base outfit. So it's an interesting one to see this being classified as an epic when the others are legendaries. But either way, I gotta say, this is a pretty cool one. Despite only being an epic, this is perhaps my true favorite out of this collab, just because I like the design so much and it fits Sigma so well, just seeing that there. And again, as I mentioned earlier, there are unique punching sounds for each of the skins, but they all seem to be the same between the skins, so I'm not going to show them off individually. And other than that, there are few, if any, unique sound effects in the skins themselves, so I'm not going to like go through and, you know, show off those specifically for everyone. But next up, we can get onto the highlight intros. So, Cammy wins.
Cammy wins! Cammy wins!
Having the announcer is a fun detail. Then we get Guile wins.
Guile wins! Guile wins!
I wonder what that would look like without, you know, without the hair, using a different skin. That'd be kind of interesting one, because the comb wouldn't really work on a lot of his skins where he has like a helmet or a mask. But either way, next up,
M. Bison wins! M. Bison wins!
that's a pretty cool one. I really like this as a highlight
Bison
intro.
Wins!
And then we get Scrap Heap. Just beating up Roadhog's bike. All right. Thanks, Ryu. I do like the music that plays during this as well. And then we get Scrap Heap. Okay. And then we get Spinning Bird Kick.
Chun-Li wins. Chun-Li wins.
Okay, I think the bike parts are sort of left over from the previous highlight intro.
Chun-Li wins.
So yeah, they're not normally there. That's what it looks like, basically. That is a good intro, though, for her.
Wins.
And then we get Time to Play.
Here comes a new challenger.
Yep. There it is. There it is. Kiriko's bike at long last.
Here comes a new challenger.
Yep.
Here comes
All right, and then we get the emotes. Blanca wins. Oh, that's a pretty cool one, actually. Very fitting for Winston. And then Cammy wins. Chun-Li wins. Oh, interesting. So she just holds that pose then, even though it's an emote. Then Dalsum wins. Yep, cool flame effect. Interesting that these seem to loop, whereas the Chun-Li one for Juno does not. And Guile wins. Of course, he's got his comb. Then Hadouken. Interesting that it's using the base Hanzo skin for this in the gallery right now. I'm not sure why that is. And then we get Killer Beam.
Killer beam or whatever.
Okay. And then we get Spinning Bird Kick. Nice. That is such a cool one. And then victory poses. We get Blanca wins. Which is... Okay, so the emote again, but in victory pose form. Cammy wins. Chun-Li wins. Interesting. So, okay, so these are victory poses as well as emotes. I wonder if it's like a bug that the emote version of this one is playing basically as the victory pose where it's not looping. I wonder why... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's not. Then we get Dalsum wins. So these are basically all the same. Guile wins. Jury wins. Okay, so that one's a bit different then. Or did he have... Okay, no, Bison didn't have an emote otherwise. That's kind of unfortunate. But he does always get the victory pose. Then Ryu wins. And then we also get the weapon charms. Chun-Li Mari. Nice. And name cards. Cammy Widowmaker. Chun-Li Juno. Dalsum Zenyatta. Jury Kiriko. Ryu Hanzo. Icons for Winston, Widow, Juno, Zen, Kiriko, and Hanzo. And we get voice... Oh my god, there's a lot of voice lines. Alright, let's have a listen.
Cannon spike.
Hadouken!
I'm game if you are. Cupid, Dicka. Lightning cakes.
Psycho Cracker! Bow down before my psycho power. Rookie mistake. Shoryuken! Sonic Boom.
Spiral arrow.
Yoga Fire. Yoga Flame.
All right, and that is everything in the Ultra Bundle then. Wow. That was a lot of stuff to get through. The bundle itself is 9,900 Overwatch coins. So, yes, a $100 bundle. That's pretty steep. That is steep indeed. 66% off even, but yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, 8 skins, highlight intros and emotes for basically everyone. That is a lot of stuff. But there are a few other things we can look at. We do have some challenges for Street Fighter, which will give us some additional sprays and voice lines. So first up, we have the Street Fighter title. And okay, so these are basically all just complete games, which is usually how they go. Then we get the Jury Kiriko spray. Let's go look at the sprays first. The Knee Bazooka spray. Wait, oh, Knee Bazooka is the name of the challenge. It's just Guile Soldier. They don't have anything fancy for the spray's name. And then we get the... Okay, so we get 2 here. So we get Ryu and Dalsum. And then we get Chun-Li and Cammy. And then Bison and Blanca-chan. A little like plushie. All right, then we get the voice lines as well.
You are a bore.
Target's been silenced. Mission complete.
All right, and there we go. Also, Overwatch Classic is back. You can get some extra little goodies from these, including loot boxes, which are always exciting to get. Stadium still has its ongoing thing. Oh, looks like they added a new one, didn't they? I'm pretty sure this is a new challenge here. Otherwise, though, that does it for everything we have to look at here for the Street Fighter collab and new Mercy Mythic weapon. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited for any of these skins? Will you be picking up any of them for yourself? If so, which ones in particular have caught your fancy? As always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.